place comes, Coach will address that, but now is not that time. We'll go for questions from the game. We'll start with Zach right here in the middle.
Mike, not asking about the statement, but about your team and just how you guide your team, how you get your team through a month that is a little bit unusual and get yourself through a month that is a little bit unusual, starting with this week. Just how do you approach that?
Well, it's been emotional. You know, we're dealing with young men, you know, young kids, man, that's trying to figure it out. But we still got 7 more games to play, and it's my job as their coach to try to push them to realize that they can still win basketball games.
Mike?
Have you seen this before, this week weighing on the team though? Kind of you mentioned outside noise before. I mean, have you seen it kind of weighing on their psyche at all, kind of over the last month?
We haven't been the same team, you know, for a while, and for whatever reasons, you know, we've dug a hole, you know, and I've done a terrible job in really putting them in the best position possible to win, I think, and but emotionally, you know, these kids have taken a beating a little bit, and it's my job to try to lift their spirits and keep them heading in the right direction, man, because there's still a lot of basketball left. You know, 7 games is a lot of games, man, and we're still trying to play to stay in the Big Ten tournament, and then see where that takes us. But we got to start winning some games here soon to do that.
Tom and then Rick.
Mike, what does it say about these kids on the floor in the second half, though? Down 17, with all that's going on, to rally back and get it tied and then have a chance in the last minute or two?
Well, you got to tip your hat and give them a lot of credit. I do. Because they could have folded it up and called it a night, but they fought the second half. You know, Michigan scores a lot of points. We held them to 60 to 70 points, and second half they only scored 27 points. So I thought defensively we made a nice adjustment to second half, and guys fought. But Michigan was the better team tonight, so you got to give them credit. They played their asses off.
Rick and then Daniel.
You said you haven't been the same team. Is that because of the losing streak, or did that start because the team got booed at the Illinois game?
Well, I mean, you can look at it in all kind of ways. I'm not even going to go there. I thought at that time we were playing pretty good basketball. I think we were 13-4 and 4-2 in the Big Ten without our leading scorer, and then all hell broke loose, and we just haven't been the same.
Daniel and Zach.
I want to say, Mike, you mentioned that you feel like you haven't put them in the right position to win. What maybe would you change, I guess?
Well, I mean, maybe that's a false statement. I mean, I think we've had some games where, you know, we've had an opportunity. The Purdue game was an opportunity to win, the Maryland game. So we fought. You know, we're very competitive. Wisconsin game in the first half was just non-existent. In the night, we just couldn't make shots the first half, and I thought they had their way from an offensive standpoint because our defense wasn't there. But the second half, we were a lot better, man. We rebounded with them the second half, and we did some things that I know we've been capable of doing all year. So hopefully that'll be a good sign as we head to Michigan State.
Zach and then Todd.
Coach, earlier this year, Luke Goody said that this was one of the most talented Indiana teams he's seen in a long time. Why hasn't that necessarily translated to on-court success?
I wish I knew. You know, as the coach, you know, the rosters changing every year, and that's no excuse. And you think you putting the right pieces in play, and I think our guys got wonderful intentions, man, and they do want to win. But it hadn't worked out that way the last 3-4 weeks for our ball club. So, you know, my job again as the coach is to continue to push them and keep them in a good frame of mind, and hopefully something good will click. And we need to get a game under their belt so they can start feeling good about themselves.
Todd and Mike.
Mike, you eventually came around to a 5 on the floor in the second half that got you some success. That's kind of been the pattern in a lot of the games where you kind of settled in on a rotation that finally got there, but it's never the same 5. I mean, how frustrating has it been that, you know, it's not that you can put a 5 on the floor that's always going to produce, you know, consistently.
Well, again, that part of it has been tough, because we've been up and down individually, as a team, man. But, you know, tonight I went with guys, you know, basically senior guys, you know, to try to win this game the second half. And I thought they played like seniors. We just fell a little short.
Mike?
Coach, Luke, Anthony, Trey, Indiana kids, seniors, as you said, is it kind of your sense to kind of ride with them the rest of the way here and kind of give them a chance?
Well, we've been riding with them. I mean, it's not like they've been sitting there next to me. They've been playing. We just got to get other pieces in play to join in and help them. You know, I mean, tonight we were competitive coming down the stretch and getting back into the ball game. And if we can bottle that up along with how we played at Purdue in the Maryland game here at home, hopefully something to click for our team and we can get off this slide.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.